Welcome to my channel. As you can see, my hair is braided because this is going to be a crochet install video. I'm going to be using this hair by Wigget. It's the Scrunch Curls Jessica, and I'm going to be using a color 4, and I'm going to blend it with a highlight. And you see they seem fairly similar, but as you can see that they are not. Absolutely was attracted to the curl pattern. Look at those twirls, and it sort of finishes in this tiny little ringlets at the bottom, and the hair is lovely and soft. It's not overly silky. The hair is pre-separated. Can you see it's pre-separated into strands? The length I have is the slightly longer length. This 22 inch is really long. Think about it from here. I mean, I'm getting sort of waist level, and I found out that the weather forecast for next week is temperatures exceeding 30 degrees. So I think I'm not going to be doing extra long, and I'm going to go for a nice bob style. I wanted to do those boho braids, but I can't do the boho braids because my own hair is just too long. So the only way to achieve that beautiful style will be crochet. So I'm going to divide this into 2. I'm just going to show you what this looks like when it's cut. I know what that means is that I'm going to have a big ringlet and a little ringlet, but I don't mind that because it will give the hair more of a realistic curl pattern. They will give me more of a bohemian look. Hopefully you can see that when I just put the 2 together. I installed this first strand of hair without actually separating it, but in the long run I was worried about it being too heavy if I didn't split the hair out. Oh, I am so excited about this. I so am excited. Look at that. I just want to show you how this hair separates. Look, it's separated so easily. Look at that. No tangling. I think I like the smaller bits. What do you think? So I'm going to go with splitting every strand into 2. You know when you know you've made a good choice of hair? I feel good about this hair already, and like I've only got like 5 or 6 in already. Anyway, so this is 1 packet of hair so far. All of this packet was cut in half, and now I want to sort of just do this crown and front. So I'm going to cut off about 1/3 of the hair. That works out. Yes, about 1/3. And now is the time to add in a few highlights as I go. So next packets, here we come. I used various knotting techniques throughout the hair, but this method that I'm showing you now was by far the most secure for this silky hair. I found that these knots didn't slip at all. The other types of knots that I used were slightly less secure, but again, they didn't move. In the long run, I've had this hair in now for over a week and I haven't lost a single strand of hair. Install done, and now I just need to trim those ends. And this is the final result. I am so chuffed with how this has come out. I've added a little bit of hair jewelry in there. I have a little butterfly there. Can you see? A star and some things. I've gone for this braid out look. I love it. I absolutely love it. As soon as I began to install these curls, I was like, this is the type of curl that I like. You can see that they're not all exactly the same. I really love Jessica for this reason, because it's not uniform. Do you know what I mean? Now let's just talk a little bit about this hair. When I was touching the colour 4 earlier, it wasn't immediately apparent, but this hair is silky. It is considered a silky yaki texture, so it's not super silky like satiny smooth, but it does have that silky texture, which means you do need a different knotting technique. I was really grateful for the video on the Wigit YouTube site, because that actually tells you how to install silky hair, and you do need to use a different knotting technique with this hair. Otherwise the knots just get fat and then they slip out. I think I used 3 different knotting techniques. One for the back, I used a blind for the front just along here, and I also used a technique that I used for the human hair crochet. I don't know how to describe it to you. I mean, the last clip in the video I inserted a piece of hair in just like that. So basically you're going to take your crochet needle, you're going to push it along the strand, you're going to leave one strand out, and then you're going to actually knot using the other strand. I found that that was the most secure knot, and then I didn't get a big knot at the end. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. This colour here, I noted, was the curls were a little bit looser than the darker colour, so when I was separating out the curls, they weren't quite as defined as the darker colour. Overall, absolutely love this hair. Now, I have been out, and what do people think? They love it! They love it! They love it! They absolutely loved it. And so do I. So that's a bonus, isn't it? And I used 2 packs of the colour 4 and only, I'd say, a third of the pack of the lighter colour. So when you're creating these highlights, you just need a dash of colour. Otherwise that highlight is going to dominate and it won't look like a highlight. It will sort of look, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about, right? It won't look like a highlight. Really important here. I have not added any mousse to this hair. What I did do as I was installing was just to make sure I wet the strands, to make sure the strands were united, and that was enough just to bring the curls back. Oh, can you see that I'm absolutely chuffed with this hair? Just to recapitulate, this is the Jessica curl by Wigit of the Scrunch Curls collection, and this is actually the 22-inch, which I have cut to get this length. So at the back, from here to here, I cut in half, and then for the rest it was like I cut a third off it. One thing I did do at the front was to use bigger sections so I could get a more of a ringlety look, but at the back I split each pre-separated strand. I split into about 3. At the front I was only splitting it into 2. What do you think, ladies? I absolutely love it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, let me know if you're going to be trying this. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.